They're telling you why you want to watch this fight, you know? I sell the fights. That's what I do for a living.
If you weren't on this wild ride, if somehow the UFC disappeared tomorrow, what would we see Dana White doing?
I'd be parking your car out here at the valet, here at the Wynn.
Forrest said that you brought him back into the cage. What did you say to him?
Is this live? Yeah, okay. I said, are you out of your mind? What are you doing? I just grabbed him in the hallway back there, too. I just grabbed him and said, you know, what is your problem? And he said, I was upset and disappointed. I said, well, next time you're upset and disappointed about winning, do it in the back, okay? Stay in the octagon. It's like professional suicide. You leave the octagon before the decision is called in the fight that you want. Are you out of your mind? They're like, where's that fucking idiot? He has a press conference right now. He's like, man, stop stressing me the fuck out, idiot. You were late, not me.
I will pull this car over right now.
Pull this car over and beat the shit out of your big-headed friend over there. Look at that guy just waved you through. Hurry, hurry! Yeah. This fucking moron's late for his own press conference. Look at Lorenzo. I'm gonna fucking kick him in his balls when he gets out of this car.
Think about this. Mandalay Bay and the Venetian both had betting on this. You, the consumer, the mixed martial arts fan, could go in and bet on this fight, okay? Now, anybody that's going to bet on this fight is going to think, well, if Seth Petrozelli can get him to the ground, the fight's over. So I'm going to bet, take a chance that Seth's going to get him down and submit him. But you don't know the scumbag promoters behind the scenes went in and paid him to not go to the ground. They paid him to stand up. You know why? Because they thought that Kimbo Slice was going to viciously knock him out. But Kimbo Slice sucks. Like I've said now for the last few months, this fucking guy can't fight, and he got knocked out in 13 seconds by a guy who didn't win the Ultimate Fighter and who didn't win fights in the UFC. They brought him up from the undercard to fight the main event guy and knocked him out in 13 seconds. It would be like the NFL, okay? There's a game between the Patriots and the Browns. The NFL goes into the locker rooms and tells the players, listen, the Patriots pull higher ratings if they make it to the playoffs and to the Super Bowl than the Browns do. So here's what we're going to do. The Browns have a great running game. We're going to pay your team more money if you just pass tonight, don't run. Because we need the Patriots to win and make it to the next level. That's fucking illegal.
For the last 6 years, I've been busting my ass to prove that this isn't what this sport is all about and this isn't what we're like. I've seen that happen before in high school. It seriously made me sick. And you know what? Every one of you guys that were back there last night are going to be embarrassed. You wanted to be professional athletes. You guys acted like a bunch of little kids last night, like high school, laughing and giggling. This kid was bleeding, had his head split in the back, you know. He gets sucker punched. Bull, man. You're gone, and Lobster, you're gone.
And I have nothing personal against this guy. I don't even know him. Steve Mazzagotti's the worst referee in the history of fighting. I mean, I can't stand this guy. He's so bad. It just makes me cringe every time he steps into the octagon.
Bobby was very upset about the decision, and so I went in to talk to him about it.
I'm mad. I'm acting like I'm angry.
Yeah?
That's all I'm acting like. A psycho is how Lee's acting.
Somebody who says like, no, Dana, I don't need a pep talk.
I don't need one. I don't need a pep talk. And you don't really have
I'm
any
not
right
here to give you a
then why are you yelling at me? You don't have any right to yell at me, Dana.
You know, Bobby, then I don't want to talk. Disrespect me. Have I ever disrespected you?
I didn't disrespect you.
Yeah, you did.
I talked to you with respect the whole time.
Pep talk. That's not disrespectful?
It isn't disrespectful. Disrespectful would be telling you, get the out of here, Dana.
Have I ever disrespected you?
Don't you agree with me?
No, I disagree with you.
You haven't disrespected me until now.
So why the are you going to talk to me like that? I don't give a if you're mad or not. You're not going to disrespect me. I've never disrespected you.
I'm sorry if I did.
We went out and we made them a crazy offer to come into the UFC and prove that he was the best in the world. And they turned it down. Nobody in their right mind would have turned that deal down. Ariel Helwani, UFC 150 in Denver, here with UFC President Dana White.
Was this perhaps one of the highlights of your career?
No, this is literally the best night of my career ever.
Is this your lowest moment as president of UFC?
No doubt about it. Absolutely, 100%. And guess what? Fans want to see the guys that want to step up and go for it. You know, these guys that are like, we're friends. People don't want to hear that. Good for you, you're friends. I want to know who's better.
Shut the fuck up. Any fucking guy that won't put his name on it forever, first of all, whoever gave you that quote is a pussy and a fucking faggot and a fucking liar and everything else, whoever gave you that quote. Everything that comes out of your mouth is fucking stupid. Why would I give a shit who represents who? Yeah, there's no doubt. There's some guys out there that have managers that are absolute sleazy, dirty fucking scumbags.
Let's not forget that Ken Shamrock tried to sue us. That he said that his contract, Ken Shamrock owes me $175,000. And I'm coming for it, Ken. I'm coming for the fucking money, you piece of shit. You should have fucking stayed wherever you were. It's about, listen, I don't know how that whole deal works. They say that Fedor is a partner in that whole thing. A partner in what? Fucking M1? What the hell's that doing? Burning money. He's a partner in your burning money business? That's awesome. You're a great manager, Vidummy. But I went out there and gave him an insane offer. Insane. And I'm so glad he didn't take it. I mean, I was reading Twitter tonight, these people were ripping on the flyweight. Let me tell you what, if you didn't like that flyweight fight, please, I'm begging you, don't ever buy another UFC pay-per-view again. Don't ever buy another one. I don't want your money. You're a moron. You don't like fighting, and you don't appreciate great talent or heart. Believe me, I'll answer the questions of what a disgrace the main event was and what an embarrassment it is. I don't think I've ever been more embarrassed in the 10 years of being in this business. And it's the first time that I've ever walked out on a main event and given the belt to the guy's manager and told him to put it on him. I'd rather have somebody say, you know, let's not buy the Anderson Silva fight tonight because he knocks people out in 2 minutes, other than he runs around like a jackass for 5 rounds. You know, that's why I don't want to buy the fight. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do right now. I'm so upset, I can't even tell you. I don't think I've ever been like this in the history of being in this business. Does anybody here think that Johnny Hendricks didn't want to fight? Nelson thinks George won? Yeah. But what did you think it was? 1, 3, and 5. Did you see George get smashed and hurt in the first round? It's about damage. This is a fight. It's whoever inflicts the most damage. You get hurt, you get wobbled, you get dropped. There. I think the Nevada State Athletic Commission is atrocious. I think the governor needs to step in immediately before these guys destroy the sport like they did boxing. The alternatives are that the governor needs to step in and fix the incompetence that is happening in the state of Nevada that used to be the best commission in the world. It's absolute 100% incompetence. And it needs to stop. It needs I'm fucking scared to come back here and do fights. I'm afraid of the state.
A lot of people were upset on Twitter. You were saying, I'm watching football, my website is hacked. People said my credit card info is on the site. You don't care. What's going on? What do you say to those people?
Yeah, people said my website, it's what it was is you had all these people that are part of this whole internet thing that's going on that were doing that. You're not going to play games with me. I'm not going to play games with you people. You know, senators and lots of other people that are terrified of the internet.
What would we be scared of? We work on the internet. What would we be scared of?
You're scared of the
people?
Of the people. You're absolutely afraid.
Based on what?
Of the people. Don't play games. You know you are. You are, and all the other guys that were standing here today are terrified of the internet. I'm not. I'm not afraid of the internet. It's a place where cowards live.
Forrest said that you brought him back into the cage. What did you say to him?
Is this live? Yeah, okay. I said, are you out of mind? What are you doing? I just grabbed him in the hallway back there, too. I just grabbed him and said, you know, what is your problem? And he said, I was upset and disappointed. I said, well, next time you're upset and disappointed about winning, do it in the back, okay? Stay in the octagon. It's like professional suicide. You leave the octagon before the decision is called in the fight that you want. Are you out of your mind? I saw a picture of it, and it was nasty after the fight. I can't imagine what this thing's going to look like tomorrow. But apparently when he got kicked, that muscle, hamstring, detached from the bone. Yeah. Wow. And he kept fighting. Knew that guy was hurt, and he just kept fighting. He is tough as nails. He feels that he doesn't owe the fans an apology. Yet I'm apologizing. I didn't go in and fight like a jackass for 5 rounds. I didn't do what he did tonight. He's a coach. What are you going to do? I mean, it is what it is.
But would you regret the decision?
Do you think that going into this, I didn't think that Roy Nelson was going to annoy the shit out of me? I mean, that's what he does. He's annoying. I don't know. We'll see what happens. 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 We'll see what happens again. Well, in 2003, Fedor fought Yuji Nagata, a pro wrestler who was 0-1 in MMA. Okay. In 2005, he fought, somebody threw that in there, I won't use that, but Wagner Martins, who would later go on to lose by submission to Butterbean. Okay. In 2006, he fought middleweight Matt Lindland. Also in 2006, he fought Mark Hunt in part of Mark Hunt's 6-fight losing streak. Okay. Then in 2007, he fought Hong Man Choi, who had 1 MMA win over TV personality Bobby Oligan, who I don't know who that is, but Choi's only other MMA win was against Jose Canseco. Okay, we've done 11 fights this year, and 4 of them were free on free television, actual free television, free cable. Okay, Gary, you idiot, you're so dumb. I can't even believe that I'm answering your question. And I have nothing personal against this guy. I don't even know him. Steve Mazzagotti's the worst referee in the history of fighting. I mean, I can't stand this guy. He's so bad. It just makes me cringe every time he steps into the octagon. These guys are considered the best in the world, you know? Mazzagotti still fucking works. That guy still has a job. That's crazy.
Is Herb Dean booked somewhere else?
Yeah, I mean, Herb Dean should ref every fight there is, but the guy would get exhausted. He couldn't do it, and they'd never let that happen. Mazzagotti still works. In the rules, it says that the guys are supposed to be fighting. There's actually points that can be taken away for timidity. You know what I mean? But if you see 2 guys clinching, it makes me think that Yves Levine doesn't know what he's doing. Do you not know the fucking rules? Do you not know how this game is played? Bob Arum, the guy who was saying, oh, the Fertittas are idiots. They're losing, I quote, oodles of money in this thing. Now he's crying antitrust and he's copying everything we do. You weren't smart enough to do it, Bob. That's your fault. I want to see combat sports